Good morning, peace and blessings. It's your boy Jay Taylor, Voices for the Voiceless, and I hope that you're having a great Monday morning. Um, by the time you hear this, it'll be Monday morning. And as the title says, Iran versus United States, Part 2. Now, if you haven't seen Part 1, I'm going to bring that back for you guys because I don't know if you know Iran and United States President Trump, and specifically President Trump, has a long-standing history of beefing, and it's going down in the by the Mediterranean and the Red Sea with a radical group of pirates called the Houthis that are backed by Iran that have been targeting American ships in that area, and we have military bases set up out there. But so I won't have to, you know, stress myself about repeating myself. It's great that we have it documented here on part one on my video. So I'm gonna bring my video here and share that so I could just let's have it explained briefly and give you guys an update when this is done. And as the title says, Iran versus US, what are they not telling us? And what we have to understand is this. You notice the mainstream media is not talking about the potential war that's going on. They spend a lot of time talking down on what Trump is doing and this and that. But when it comes to this situation, they quiet. And the reason why they're quiet is because this is serious. It's no time for rhetoric. They're keeping us distracted by all of these different situations, these big U trials and all this other stuff. The seriousness of this situation dates back to Trump's first presidency. And it's said that Iran was behind some of the attacks on Donald Trump's life. When they opened up the borders and just allowed anybody in to the country, it wasn't just about no Venezuelans or Mexicans. There were a lot of people that were from the Middle East and China and different parts of the world that could have came over here unvetted, potential terrorists. With that being said, the last administration put us in grave danger. So it could have been a lot of people from Iran that are in our country that we don't know where they are or what they own. If they waiting for the green light to do anything inside our country. Over there in the Red Sea, there are violent pirate ships named the Houthis, and they have been targeting American ships in the Red Sea, shooting them, bombing them. And Trump said, hey, if y'all send one more missile, one more bomb, I'm going to set up shop and retaliate. And the U.S. actually did detonate bombs to the Houthis in the Red Sea. Trump told them also, you cannot have any nuclear weapons. If you have nuclear weapons, you're going to have to suffer dire consequences. The seriousness of Iran having nuclear weapons is that these people that are in Iran don't care about unaliving themselves to target the United States. Stop that right there. Stop that right there. Okay. Bring myself back. I'll do that. Okay, I'm back. Now, I want to play something. Now, when I said that they was, as far as the nuclear weapons, while President Trump is on that particular, I'm gonna bring this clip, you know what I'm saying, to show you why he said that. Let me find the time. I should have been prepared, but I apologize for that. But I want to, give me 1 second. Having a little technical difficulties. Okay, yeah. Sorry about that. Give me 1 second. Should have been prepared, better prepared. But yeah. Let's roll it.
Every day that doesn't happen, we get closer to a military strike.
Now, the big reason Iran cannot have nuclear weapons is because Iran's foreign policy is pretty straightforward. It's two sentences: death to America and death to Israel. In fact, many people have argued that it's just a
Hold on. Let's take that back. What their foreign policy is.
Doesn't happen, we get closer to a military strike.
Now, the big reason Iran cannot have nuclear weapons is because Iran's foreign policy is pretty straightforward. It's two sentences: death to America and death to Israel. In fact,
death to America and death to Israel. That's their foreign policy, right? So, what has happened now? And I'm gonna bring that video back so y'all can get more of a clarification. There have been strikes against each other on the American side. Like I said, we got a island in that region where we set up a military base. So America's, since Trump been in office, we've been out here being more active in the world. You know what I'm saying? And we've been having our military combing through. Israel is our ally. Israel and Iran, they going back and forth as well. So Russia is behind Iran. You know what I'm saying? In a by proxy way, the same way we were behind Ukraine. So now the United States is combing the areas. We circling our wagons. These radical group, the Houthis, seen that. So they started to fire at us. You know what I'm saying? And when they did that, Trump sent in the military, right? When he sent in the military, they started flying drones. Now, remember, those drones were flying over here. They started flying drones. The United States shot down the drones, right? It was like 10 of them. The Houthis shot down one of the United States drones over there in the Middle East. And when they shot down the drone, they started celebrating like they did something. So clearly, these dudes is outmatched, these Houthis. And Trump is telling Iran, like, man, you steady backing these Houthis, you know what I'm saying? It's going to get real. So I'm going to present this video and check this out on the update on everything I'm telling you. And the name of this video is Revenge Day. And it's going down. You know what I'm saying?
Houthi rebels claim they shot down yet another American MQ-9 drone over Yemen's central province of Marib.
US has had enough. The day of reckoning is now here for the Houthi rebels. Trump just announced that US will be sending another aircraft carrier to the Middle East after Houthis attack USS Truman. This news comes just a day after Iran said to have been preparing a preemptive attack against the US military base Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean. This is the base where US is holding 30% of its B-2 fleet, aka 6 B-2 fighter jets. Tensions are high in Middle East, and it seems the US firepower is about to get higher. First, let's go over Houthis' attack against USS S. Truman.
The Houthi rebels claim that they have hit the E-2 command and control aircraft of USS Harry S. Truman aircraft carrier. And it also claims that Truman lost its command capabilities following that attack. Let's get you more details about this. The Houthi claim, if true, could result in a big headache for the US operations in the Red Sea. The E-2 Hawkeye is the Navy's all-weather carrier-based tactical battle management AWACS aircraft. And AWACS essentially means Airborne Early Warning and Control System. The E-2 Hawkeye provides early warning for the Carrier Strike Group and Joint Force Commander. Now, the primary function of the E-2 Hawkeye is airborne battle management and command and control functions, as the name suggests. And the E-2 uses computerized radar and electronic surveillance sensors to provide threat analysis against potentially hostile air and surface targets.
From my knowledge, it seems this is the first time Houthis have claimed that they hit something. Usually they just say their attack is successful, and they only judge the success by the fact if they have launched the drones or not. This is something that was confirmed by Pentagon itself just 3 weeks ago when Houthis claimed they attacked Harry S. Truman, when in reality the drones and missiles fell 100 miles off the target.
To have tried to attack the Harry S. Truman, quite frankly, it's hard to tell because while we're executing precision strikes, they missed by over 100 miles. I would just tell you their effectiveness, I would question anything that they claim in the press that they're doing or not doing. The Bashad is not currently being used for those operations, but we do know that other vessels are contemplated for those sorts of operations. We're watching very closely to see if they return to the AO.
Now, I do want to clarify that comment was 3 weeks ago when US initially started striking Houthis. On this most recent claim by the Houthis that happened just 2 days ago, we don't have any actual official comments from the United States, but we do have a US official who spoke anonymously to news websites, and he did confirm that Houthis did fire drones and at least one missile towards USS Harry S. Truman. The official went on to confirm that 10 drones were intercepted by US Air Force fighter jets and one was intercepted by Navy FA-18 fighter jet. The missile just fell into the water very far from the ship, and nothing even close came hitting to the carrier or the warships in the strike group. So it seems even this time, even though Houthis are claiming that their attack was successful, their definition of success is a lot different than other armies.
Thank you. So how I take that is, sorry for that, man. I stepped away from the computer when that ad came. But how I take that is, these cats out here, man, they playing with the wrong ones. You know, they are outmatched and outgunned for the United States. Because if they celebrating that, their military is raggedy. You know, you shooting down, you know, a drone or whatever. When we didn't, you know, we really having mercy on these guys. You feel me? They're trying to get Iran, but they just stuck in their ways to back down off the nuclear weapons because y'all pose an imminent threat to the United States. Y'all saying it's rhetoric, but who believes that? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, these guys over there celebrating. Look at this.
And other navies. But unfortunately, Houthis were successful in taking down a US MQ-9 drone. Here's more details on this.
And now we head to the Middle East, where the Houthi rebels claim they shot down yet another American MQ-9 drone over Yemen's central province of Marib, which is home to the country's oil and gas. The Iran-backed rebels said that the American drone was destroyed by a quote-unquote locally manufactured missile as the U.S. forces continued to attack Houthi targets in the capital Sana'a and rebel stronghold Sada region.
Our air defenses succeeded in shooting down an American MQ-9 enemy drone while it was carrying out hostile missions in the airspace of Marib Governorate. This was done with a suitable locally manufactured missile.
Now, the show of resistance from the Houthis came hours after President Donald Trump vowed to continue striking Houthis until they stop attacking the ships linked to the United States and its allies in the Red Sea. A warning against future strikes, President Trump said, quote, The real pain is yet to come for both the Houthis and their sponsors in Iran.
As you guys just heard in the clip, President Trump did put out a statement relating to the Houthi strikes and a warning to Iran. The funniest part of a war in 21st century is we have the President of the United States tweeting out his statement, and then we have the rebels, the Houthis, just commenting down below. We have diplomacy happening on Twitter. So let's look at these statements. The Iran-backed Houthi terrorists have been decimated by relentless...
Oh, fast, man. We gotta highlight this right quick, bro. Oh, fast, man. Oh, fast, man. Whoa. Man, these people on Twitter, man. They on Twitter trolling with the president. You know what X is now. X is no longer Twitter. Sorry about that, but these cats is on Twitter talking crazy to the president, man. You see why when they open up these borders, we got insane people like this that could have came over here that hate you just because you an American citizen? You see how dangerous this is? And people you don't even know, you walking down the street and they some suicide unalivers. They'll take themselves out just so they can cheer about taking you out. Thinking they gonna go get some type of award in the afterlife. This is the type of delusional insanity we dealing with. Let's continue.
Relentless strikes over the past 2 weeks. Many of their fighters and leaders are no longer with us. We hit them every day and night, harder and harder. Their capabilities that threaten shipping and the region are rapidly being destroyed. Our attacks will continue until they are no longer a threat to freedom of navigation. The choice for Houthi is clear. Stop shooting at US ships and we'll stop shooting at you. Otherwise, we have just only begun. And the real pain is yet to come for both Houthis and their sponsors in Iran. Now, we have a Houthi response from the Yemeni military account. This is the official Houthi account on Twitter.
Now watch what the dude gonna say back to the president. We bombing each other in real life. You know, this remind me of these dudes that be back and forth on social media beefing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Keyboard gangsters and keyboard warriors out there. You know what I'm saying? It don't stop. Even in the government, you know, you got keyboard warriors out here in the government, man. This is crazy. Let's check out this response to what all Trump said basically is, hey, we the United States, we gonna do what we do. We gonna move how we move. Tell your crew, your little band of pirates to stop shooting at our ships before we knock y'all off the map. And they ain't going, bro. They don't care. Watch this.
And they've been posting a lot of stuff when it relates to Houthi strikes and Houthi attacks. So this is what they said. Your strikes did not achieve a military objective. We will not stop what we're doing unless you can stop us. I'm guessing something was lost in the translation.
I want to buy your house. I can pay you cash for your house no matter what condition it's in. If you need to sell
Translation, but that's what they said. Iran, on the other hand, took a very stupid decision to threaten American bases and 15,000 forces that America has in the Middle East. This statement came from none other than Iranian head of military, Amir Ali Hazadi. I don't know how to say the last part, but here's the statement.
Iran is ramping up the rhetoric and threatening U.S. forces in the region.
The Americans have at least 10 bases and 50,000 forces near Iran. This means they are sitting in a glass room. Someone sitting in a glass room would not throw rocks at others.
Iran's supreme leader promised retaliation after Trump threatened to attack Iran if they don't agree to a nuclear deal.
But if they do, they will definitely receive a firm reciprocal blow.
He also called for the destruction of Israel.
It's a religious, moral, and human duty for everyone to work toward removing this wicked criminal entity from the region.
Despite all the tough talk, Trump's still holding out hope Iran is going to come around.
I can't imagine them doing anything else but making a deal. I would prefer a deal to the other alternative, which I think everybody in this plane knows what that is. And that's not going to be pretty, and I do not prefer that.
Ben Cohen of the Foundation for Defense of Democracy says Iran has so much uranium ready to go into nuclear bombs, Israel and the U.S. can't just sit by.
You've got a situation now where Iran has about 275 kilograms of weapons grade enriched uranium. That is very risky. And so, yes, of course, every day that goes by without some kind of diplomatic resolution whereby Iran effectively surrenders its nuclear facilities and its nuclear program, every day that that doesn't happen, we get closer to a military strike.
Now, the big reason Iran cannot have nuclear weapons is because Iran's foreign policy is pretty straightforward. It's two sentences: death to America and death to Israel. In fact,
okay, so we back to where we was at. So we gonna stop that right there. You know what I mean? Well, as you can see, it's getting very heated. And these people from Iran, they know they outmatched. They don't care. So either they know something we don't know, and what I think that is that they got people already set up in America. Unfortunately, I hope I'm wrong, because last time, if you paid attention, they said if we strike Iran directly, they gonna strike us like we've never been attacked before. So this is the seriousness of this situation. We have to secure our safety in America, because these people are out to destroy it. And diplomatics, being diplomatic, my children, your children are going to inherit this nation, and their children and grandchildren. So we have to be America first. But hey, I'll keep y'all posted what's going on. It's your boy Jay Taylor, Voices for the Voiceless. You already know we love y'all. Until next time, we'll speak to you soon. Peace and blessings. All right, love.